Hi everyone! We are calling in or videoing in from the Avalon Laser Clinic here in St. John's, Newfoundland, and I am with the gorgeous and
Thank you.
smart Dr. Laura. So we are going to be giving you some tips at least once a week on how to, make your life a little bit healthier and easier. And today's
It's
tips.
a Facebook Live experiment.
Right. This is our first time, so
Yeah.
bear with us. There will be laughter. We can guarantee that on most of our videos. You think yes?
We
Yeah.
have a great time.
Yeah.
Let's just hang out for the next 30 seconds.
Yes, we just thought that this would be fun that you get to share in our one-on-one interactions and how we are with each other, and we thought we would just share that with you. So,
Okay, so 5 tips to boosting your energy. Tip number 1 is you need to eat regularly. This is something I tell all of my patients. Skipping meals is number 1, the worst thing you can do for your metabolism, for your blood sugars, for energy. There's a whole metabolic cascade of molecules that happens. I said molecules.
molecules.
That happens when you skip your meals. So if you want to maintain your energy, that is tip number 1. That has to be in place if you're going to maintain your energy through the afternoon.
And, I can speak for that because I am not a morning eater typically. I'm one of these people that will start the day and figure out around 2 o'clock that I actually haven't eaten. And of course, my energy will be tanked by then. So when I do have regular every 2 hours intervals where I have something planned out, where I have something available to eat, I actually put reminders on my phone to do that. Then my energy stays steady throughout the day.
I put protein bars in my glove box. You can put whatever snack you like. But if you have something on the go with you, it makes it far easier to bridge between those times when you know you need to push your lunch or your supper a little bit in order to live your life.
Yeah, great. Okay, so tip 2. What was our tip 2? Oh, joyful things and laughter, of course. That's really hard for me to have laughter. Okay.
Not hard.
So one of the things that I do, I work, behind a computer a lot because a lot of my business is on the phone. But I actually decorate my office with nice things. So even if you work, in a co-op workspace or you have a lot of people around you, put things in your workspace that bring you joy. So whether that's pictures of family or, my favorite colors or artists, something that when you look at it, it just sort of gives you that sense of peace, right? And you can take a few minutes or a few seconds if you're having stress, and then you can look at that and zone in and just allow your body to decompress. And of course, laughter is always recommended.
For sure. That wasn't staged. To add to that, one of the things I often keep at my desk is a toy of some kind. So whether it's a bobblehead Frozen, the snowman from Frozen, or a Rubik's Cube, or just something so that when I need to take a break from whatever's going on, you can just do something a little bit playful and then get back to work when you are fresh.
I love the idea of toys. Just saying. I'll leave it there.
They also keep the kids in my office happy when I need to pull them out. Okay. Where are
Number
we?
3.
Tip number 3, which we reorganized. Tip number 3 is you have to breathe. One of the things that I notice with people who end up, you're getting that 2 or 3 o'clock crash, that sort of thing. If you're in the position, you're having the crash, there's not much you can do about it. Take a couple of moments to go by a window, go outside, do some deep breathing, do some belly breathing, and it will help reoxygenate your bloodstream. By doing that, you bring fresh oxygen all to the brain and all those little neurons so that they can fire and be on top of their game. If you haven't learned how to do belly breathing before, either in a yoga class or singing or choir practice or something like that, even when you were a kid, basically the easiest way to do it is you put your hands on your belly, and as you breathe in, you can't see it on the screen, but it should be a big Buddha belly. Your belly should pop out when you breathe in, and as you exhale, it should collapse or tighten up. Oftentimes when you ask people to take a deep breath, what do, Amanda? They go like this. And what happens to your belly? It's all sucked in. So actually what you want to do is you want to take a deep breath and be more like,
push the boobs out or the belly out.
And the belly out, right? Buddha belly.
Buddha belly.
Breathing. It's the easiest way.
I put my hands on my abdomen just to make sure that that's getting pushed out when I'm breathing, because I do tend to forget to breathe, which sounds silly until you remember that you're all tensed up, and then you go, oh, right, let's take a few deep breaths, right? Exhale that stale air, and it really does help you feel better. And I think most of us are not aware of how little we are deep breathing through the day. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, tip number 4.
Tip number 4 is nature. Because I work in an office and I'm on the phone a lot, I find that nature is one of my instant relaxers. So I'm fortunate I can just walk outside my door and have beautiful trees and a garden that I have created that helps me just breathe in and relax right away. And like in St. John's, we are so surrounded by beautiful views. Even when we can't always see them, we know they're there, even if the fog is in the way. But even the fog, I actually, if I go out and I look at that and go, just breathe it in, you know, and allow that to wash away all your tension, stress, you know, whatever you're feeling, then when you go back into your office, then you can be relaxed and refreshed. So nature for me, and we're so blessed to be surrounded by it here, is one of my favorite ways to just decompress. And it doesn't have to be a long time. Just, I find looking at the ocean for a few minutes really does it for me.
Yeah. From a more medical perspective, there were some really cool studies that were done some time ago on colors and color therapy that was helpful. What the researchers found was that it was being surrounded by the color green, which, you know, nature, trees, leaves, that sort of thing, tend to elicit healing responses in the subjects. So, you know, there is a scientific basis to
Science.
it. Science. Love it. I'm so nerdy.
Okay, so our last tip.
What was our last one?
Move.
Oh, yes. I was like, what? Moving. One of the things that happens when you get that 2-3 p.m. crash is you've been sitting for most of the afternoon. You've had your lunch, you've gone back to your desk, you've sat down, that sort of thing. If you are getting that 2, 3, 4 o'clock is usually when people are going to get their crash. If you're having that experience, getting up and moving your bloodstream recirculates all of the energy that is contained in your blood sugars and everything else so that your brain can start thinking again. And really just gives you a good change of pace and a chance to connect in with your body instead of always working with your brain, particularly if you have a desk job.
And again, I have to be reminded to do these things. So I actually have reminders set up on my phone that go off every hour to say,
She does.
Move!
It's a little annoying.
And when I'm in meetings, I sometimes forget to turn them off and all these songs go off. So I set them to my favorite music, right? So it's a pleasant experience to be reminded, oh yes, I have to stand up and move around a bit and, you know, maybe do a stretch or two. So that's how I do it if you're a little bit like me and you get buried into the work.
I've heard also there are a couple of apps you can either put on your computer or on your phone to remind you on its own, and they'll give you the exercises to do as well, and you can do them right at your desk.
Excellent. So those are our 5 tips for today on how to boost your energy. I hope you enjoyed them. Post your comments below the video and let us know if you like the comments or if you have other ideas that you would like tips on, because we will be posting at least once a week and giving you tips on various topics that we come up with. We have fun brainstorming on, and we'll see you on the next video. Okay.
Let us know if you liked it.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
As I'm like, hold on.
It's still.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Comedy affairs. We're gonna have the best blooper reel. Okay, really stop. We're here having an awful lot of fun. Oh dear Lord.